How's it going, everyone? Ajax the Mister here, and we have a huge special event today. We have the Naruto versus Ichigo death battle produced by Screw Attack. And before we get into anything like, who I think is going to win and who's going to lose and whatnot, I think one thing needs to be made clear. Some people are just going to get pissed. Like, that's just bottom line. If Ichigo wins, you're going to have the Naruto fans get pissed. If Naruto wins, you're going to have the Bleach fans get pissed. So no matter what you do, no matter what Screw Attack does in this episode of Death Battle, you know that either side is going to be insanely pissed with whatever they do with the abilities, how the other person wins, and so on and so forth. So I think the best way to go into this is to just enjoy it for what it is, and no matter who comes out on top, just know that you're in for a massive treat with two powerhouses duking it out with each other, and that's what I'm here for today. So with all that out of the way, time to give my pre-thoughts as to who I think is going to win in this particular episode of Death Battle. And before I give my prediction, I feel like I also need to say that had I been asked this question before, like years and years later, who I think would win in a fight to the death between Naruto and Bleach, if we turn back the pendulum all the way back to like around 2009, 2010, which was around the time Bleach and Naruto were at their peak in popularity, somewhat speaking, I really believe that had you asked me at that particular moment in Naruto and in Bleach, I would easily say Ichigo. Ichigo would whoop Naruto's ass up and down the planet and slap him in between dimensions, mainly because Naruto at that point in the story, which I believe around the time era that I just said, like 2009, 2010, that was around the Pain arc, and Naruto didn't really enter that god tier level that Ichigo was already in around that time as well, which I believe that was around the time Dangai Ichigo made his appearance when he was fighting Aizen. It was so around that time is basically what I'm saying. But at that time, Naruto was just not up to par with Ichigo. Ichigo could slice mountains in half, get to Tensho, and all the whole 9 yards. He could do it. And I believe Naruto at that time could not hold a candle to Ichigo. But that was back then. Coming up to this point now where we're at in Bleach and especially in Naruto, I want to say that even though it will be an even fight back and forth, because again, Ichigo has gotten stronger since that time that he fought Aizen. Because if you guys read the manga, Ichigo got a pretty hefty power boost when he was fighting Yhwach. But Naruto's a whole different Naruto at the end of the manga and anime. He's already at that god tier level. He can be on par with Ichigo and like slamming like energy blasts that can level mountain ranges. And I believe the hugest thing that I remember people throwing back and forth in the debate sections when this was announced that this death battle was going to happen. One thing that people like to point out was how Naruto can travel at the speed of light, or at least react to attacks that go to him at the speed of light. And one thing that they pointed to, which I believe Screw Attack also mentioned in their, pre-game info dump for each character, was that Naruto once dodged an attack that came at him at light speed, which of course was from Madara when he had the Jubi absorbed in him, making him the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. And of course, that was that beam of light that he spit out of his mouth, and Naruto was able to dodge it. And I believe in the data books it was mentioned that that beam traveled at the speed of light. So Naruto reacted to an attack that came at him at the speed of light. So if that's not anything to snuff at, you have Naruto's like all of his abilities, all his dumbass Rasengans, the variations and whatnot. You have his clairvoyance with Sage Mode, and even Kurama helping him out, kind of like having the 2v1 battle in some ways. If he's going up against Ichigo, Kurama's going to be helping Naruto along the way. There's just so much on Naruto's plate, so many abilities, so many transformations. It's insane. Like Ichigo has a lot to go up against with that. And even though Ichigo is insanely strong, he pretty much just has that. He has his strength, he has his speed, and he also has his 2 to 3 abilities, which of course is the Getsuga Tensho. The other one, if you even want to consider it an additional ability, which was the Getsuga Jinsho or something like that. I know it started with a J, but it's basically the Getsuga Tensho with the dual blades that Ichigo gets towards the end of the manga. And then of course, the Grand Race Sero that Ichigo gets when he masters the inner hollow within him. So yeah, about those 3 abilities up against what Naruto has on the table, it's going to be a tough fight, but I just wanted to give my thoughts before watching the death battle. These are also my thoughts after having watched the info dump for Ichigo and Naruto, just as a refresher, because it's been a while since I read Bleach and an even longer time since I read Naruto. So I just wanted a quick refresher, and just based on the stats that we got, even in the Screw Attack info dump, I'm just saying I believe Naruto's going to win, but whoever comes out on top is going to be an awesome battle. I cannot wait to see Ichigo going in his final form. Hopefully they use the manga final form as well, where he masters the inner hollow and his Quincy powers, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's not waste any more time, guys, and let's get this live reaction to Screw Attack's death battle of Naruto versus Ichigo on the road. Here we go, boy. Oh, we got a pond, all right. I'm guessing this is probably the forest in Naruto. Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, snap, Ichigo! Did they get Johnny Young Botch to voice Ichigo? That's a really good impression. Oh, okay, just start it. No games. Oh, this voice for Naruto, though. You know that's an impersonation. Okay, maybe it's not Johnny Young Bosch, but that's a very good impersonation. I gotta give him props for Ichigo's voice actor. Yep, Kurama's helping him out. 2v1 battle. Oh, Shadow Clone probably. Yeah. Okay, Rasengan. Oh, okay. He went straight into the Rikudo. Wait, no, that's Bijou mode. Yeah, that's definitely Bijou. I thought he went to Rikudo mode. Oh, snap. Hollow Mass Ichigo, let's go. Ichigo can handle all those clones, without a doubt. Oh, that's not going to work on him. Nah. Yeah. I'm about to say, if that worked on Ichigo, that's going to be mad BS. Oh, snap. Okay, so yeah, they're using the Wizard form. I mean, not the Wizard form. His final form. His final form. Damn, still not done, man. Oh, snap. Is he going to get triggered? Oh, what? Oh, okay. He went straight into Final Getsuga. But that eliminates his powers. Okay. All right. He's done. What the hell? Yeah, Ichigo's done. Is the fight over? Unless he does full... Okay, is he going to do full bring? Oh, please do full bring. I hate full bring, but please do full bring, because the fight's pretty much over if he doesn't use it. Is the fight over? What the hell? That's it? Wow, I'm actually at a loss for words right now. I did not expect the battle to last that shortly. I mean, it honestly felt more like a 60-second melee that we're used to seeing on Hyun Dojo's channel and, previously on Screw Attack. But still, though, it felt like a very short battle. Now, I don't know if that's an explanation as to how quickly and how devastatingly Naruto would whoop Ichigo's ass, but still, though, you're supposed to, drag these battles out, and I just can't believe that it lasted as long as it did, because I expected even a little bit of a build-up to before they start throwing fists, maybe a little bit of back and forth between Naruto and Ichigo, maybe why they're there or why they think each other is an enemy. But no, as soon as Naruto sends Ichigo, bam, shuriken, and then the fight begins. It just happens way too quickly, and that kind of goes into how the battle itself played out. But in terms of how exactly everything was strewn about, I felt like Screw Attack did a pretty decent job. For the most part, we got a pretty decent look at all of Naruto's abilities, or at least, the majority of them, the important ones, like Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, and so on and so forth, and plus his Bijou mode, and Kurama helping him in the background. One thing that I gotta give props to Screw Attack for, which is something that they didn't really need to explain, in my opinion, because, let me guys tell you what it is. I felt like they did a pretty good job explaining how Naruto was even able to hit Ichigo, because as you all know, Ichigo is a spiritual entity, and it wouldn't really make sense if Naruto would be able to fight him on the same plane of existence, because obviously if we're using real world factors, Ichigo would have the edge over Naruto, because again, Ichigo can see Naruto and he could do all of his attacks on him, but Naruto would not be able to land a single blow on Ichigo because Naruto is living, and Ichigo, he's also alive, but, he's not on the same plane of existence as Naruto. I felt like Screw Attack did a pretty decent job explaining as to why Naruto would even be able to hit Ichigo, but I felt like they didn't really even need to explain that at all. I felt like they would have been just better off just excluding that part entirely and saying, let's assume that they both can see each other, they could both hit each other, and then we'll go on from there. We'll do all the stats and, number crunching of all the other stuff after that. Because if you have to explain that away, then Ichigo has the edge already. It's not even a battle. It's a slaughter fest. How quickly can Ichigo just lay the smackdown on Naruto before Naruto even realizes it? So I feel like just as a factor, you need to automatically exclude Ichigo not being able to be seen by Naruto if you want to have a death battle, because otherwise there's no battle at all if Naruto cannot see or touch Ichigo. So, but still, I gotta give Screw Attack props for at least doing that, explaining as to how Naruto would eventually be able to see Ichigo and lay the smackdown on him. But aside from that, I feel like they did the number crunching pretty good in terms of Naruto's feats. Again, we've seen larger and bigger explosions in Naruto, even though we've seen Ichigo do some very, very, very impressive things. Naruto just, even when we saw the movie The Last, he basically detonated a good portion of the moon when his chakra was expelled from his body. So I felt like that was a good visual interpretation that Screw Attack provided, showing just how much chakra and energy is inside Naruto compared to Ichigo. And one thing that I'm surprised that Ichigo even bothered doing was the final Getsuga Tensho. Even though that's probably one of his most powerful techniques and a game ender right there, as soon as Ichigo uses it, he's done. Ichigo is done. There's nothing he can do afterwards that would allow him to continue on fighting. And that's why I thought when he turned into that, I assumed the fight was almost over. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Is the fight over? Because I'm assuming Naruto's going to dodge that or block it or do something. And when he does, Ichigo's not going to be able to fight back. He's not going to be able to do anything. And then at first, I thought maybe Screw Attack might weasel in Full Bring at this point. Maybe they might have him awaken his powers again with Full Bring. But even then, that would be stretching it really, really far. But no, as soon as Ichigo did that, he screwed himself over. He has no powers whatsoever at the moment. And then it's pretty much a game ender there for Naruto. So again, I feel like the death battle was really, really short compared to other death battles. There wasn't really a big build-up to Ichigo and Naruto fighting. And the fight itself, as epic as it was, I love the animation. I love the sprite quality. I love the showcasing of Ichigo's abilities and Naruto's abilities, but I just felt like it was a little bit too short for my personal taste. But in terms of the calculations of the damage and the overall, chakra and energy output from both characters, I felt like Screwattack did a pretty decent job on this part. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. Did you think Ichigo was cheated out of this fight? Do you think Ichigo should have come out on top? Do you think Ichigo was underrepresented or underpowered in this? Because I think that's going to be a huge thing for discussion in the comments below. That's going to be one thing that people are going to be riding to the moon and back, saying Ichigo was underpowered in this fight. He should have been stronger. They nerfed his abilities. Nah, Ichigo travels faster than the speed of light. He survived black hole boxes that Aizen has put him in, and he fought Yawatch, which was basically a god that could read into the future. I'm sure there's going to be an endless debate as to why Ichigo should have been more powerful in this fight, but I felt like at least in terms of abilities and just durability, like Screwattack was able to showcase with facts and data in this episode, I feel like Naruto would beat Ichigo, similar to how I thought before watching the death battle. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. Let's get a discussion going down below and share your overall thoughts of the quality of the battle and what you're looking forward to next for death battle. But that's all that I have for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to follow me on social media, links down in the description box below. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching.